Hello there sexy PlayStation gamers and welcome back to another pure PlayStation video review, and this time it's for Saints Row The Third Remastered on PS4. Saints Row games are mental, but they weren't always that way. The first two games really did try to go toe-to-toe with the Grand Theft Auto series. The first two games were, for the most part, straight shooting open world crime stories, with a bit of silliness to set them apart from the franchise they were borrowing heavily from. Saints Row The Third marked a big turning point for Volition's ambitions, and it was from here that Saints Row took on a life of its own. It wasn't trying to be a GTA-style game, it was its own thing, and it was truly mental. Before we carry on this review, do us a favour, hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Whenever we have new stuff, you'll get it. Plug over, back to the review. Now, it is impossible not to compare Saints Row The Third Remastered with Saints Row 4. I've played the hell out of Saints Row 4 and I've loved it. And going back to Saints Row 3, remastered or not, is always going to be a weird downgrade. It's like playing an entirely different franchise. The fourth game gives you superhuman abilities inside a Matrix-like reality, where Saints Row the Third is still grounded in some kind of reality. So there's no leaping over buildings in a single bound, or running at the side of them for that matter. But does it hold a place in the here and now, in a world where Saints Row 4 exists? If you've played Saints Row the Third before, you already know what's what. You just want to know if it looks pretty and runs better than it did on PS3 and Xbox 360, and that's fine. If that's what you're looking for, I'll save you the effort and I'll just tell you straight, yes. It looks better, yes. It runs better, and yes, it's still a damn good game and you should buy it if you want to play it again. But if you're a stranger to Saints Row the Third, perhaps your introduction to the Saints was in the fourth game, then let me tell you why it's such a fun, yet insane game. The Third Street Saints have moved on from their humble beginnings, and the city of Stillwater is now a distant memory. The Saints Row gang has become a media-savvy enterprise, complete with PR, a branded energy drink, and dim-witted fans who will beg for autographs from the gangsters while being held hostage by the gangsters. They're criminals, but they're rich and famous. These are Hollywood people. So, the Saints have moved on to new pastures, namely the city of Steelport, which is run by a criminal outfit called the Syndicate, and it's the Syndicate that acts as the big baddie. They will allow the Saints to operate within the city, but they want a massive chunk of the profits in return. This doesn't sit well with the Saints, and after an encounter between Johnny Gat, Shaundy, your player character, and the leader of the Syndicate on a private plane, heads are smashed through windows, cars and trucks are thrown out the back of the plane, and you get into a free-fall shootout with hapless henchmen. And that's all within the opening act. It sets the tone for the rest of the game. Did I mention that this game is mental? A few brief introductory missions teach you the ropes and introduce the gameplay loop. You'll drive around with different members of the gang to different activities, and once you've done these activities, you can go back and do them again in a harder setting. I'll be honest, some are crap, but some are good. Thankfully, they're quite short, so the ones that you don't like can be done really quickly, and the ones that you do like can be done again and again in quick succession. Personally, I'm a massive fan of the ridiculous insurance fraud activity, and I will never get tired of watching my player get twatted by a truck and watching him fly through the air, smashing into buildings and whatever else, with the insurance money meter rising all the time. It's utterly stupid, and if GTA tried it, I guarantee we would all sit back and wonder what has become of Rockstar Games. But it makes perfect sense in the twisted reality of Saints Row the Third. These activities make up the bulk of your side missions, and they're the bulk of the gameplay loop really, but every so often you'll unlock a story mission, and these are generally good fun, as you'll get cutscenes with the colourful cast of crude characters delivering zinger after zinger. The writing is sharp and witty, though it does border on the offensive at times. I never found myself reaching for the virtue signal. I don't need to. The humour is spot on for me, even if I do recognise some of it as being what the kids these days would call problematic. I'm problematic. I'm okay with that. To keep the Third Street Saints in their fancy clothes, expensive penthouses, and bullets in their guns, you'll need to have an income stream. This makes up the majority of the game actually. Taking the fight to the three main gangs in the city, the Mexican wrestler gang, the luchadors, the cybercriminal hackers, who are called the Deckers, and the European gun arms dealers, called the Morning Star. Taking on these will reward you with riches in the form of hourly income. Take over a slice of their turf and you'll see your income increase. Take over more slices and you'll have the entire pie. But that's a lofty endeavour and it will take you ages. Not because the game is particularly hard, in fact I find it quite easy. The shooting isn't the best, but getting headshots is really, really easy. But it's because there's just so much to do and it's very easy to get distracted. Or at least for me it was, but I'm easily distracted. I'm an idiot. To keep you feeling like you're actually achieving something, the game has upgrades for you. Your weapons and your gang. Money that you earn can be spent on improving your own abilities or the abilities of your gang members, who can be called to help out in fights. Now that's actually a handy little feature, as health regenerates instead of dropping out of dead bodies, like in Saints Row 4. It took me a while to remember this, and I died a few needless deaths because, well, I'm an idiot. I told you, going from Saints Row 4 to Saints Row The Third, it's not easy, man. But there is a lot to like about Saints Row The Third Remastered. I've already played the game to death on PS3, but to be able to do it again on PS4 was really, really good fun. The graphics, while not being top end, they are a big improvement over the original, and it doesn't look out of place as a current gen release. But it's more of a AA game rather than a AAA blockbuster. And that's fine. Graphics are half the story. The other half is you running around town slapping people to death with a giant purple dildo. I know which half I care about. The dildo part. And that brings us to the end of this review. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative to you. And if you did enjoy it and you did find it informative, you can hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. There's also the bell notification. That'll give you a little ding when we've got new stuff. How annoying is that? Hit it. Until next time, bye.